What's up, raiders, and welcome back to another quest completion guide video for our creators. I do one of these for every single one of the quests in the game with the objective of having you be able to finish these fast, efficient, and of course solo. The mission that we're looking at today is called Flickering Threat, and it's given to us by Celeste. And before you do anything, you have a very important decision to make. This mission is done on Damn Battlegrounds and kind of all revolves around this power complex that sits to the north of the map. Pretty much right here next to this extraction that you have here. So that's it right over here, the power generation complex. Now, the important decision that I want you to make is whether you're going to bring 4 wires in or whether you're going to loot the area and find the 4 wires that you need. Because to be able to do the second step of this quest, where you repair the generator, it's going to require you to have 4 wires in your inventory. So in my case, what I did is I kind of like just routed around the area and looted these wires. You can get these wires by dismantling things like toasters, and there's just a whole shitload of stuff that basically dismantle into toasters or rather into wires. And of course, you can just loot the actual wires themselves. This also happens to be a very, very easy thing to find within the power generation complex. So you really shouldn't have a hard time finding these 4 wires if you choose to do this mission by coming in with a free loadout. However, if you want to come in with a pre-configured loadout, then of course you can just bring the wires with you, and that's 4 that you're going to need. Now, the power generation complex itself is this whole thing that sits basically here underneath this extraction lift that we all know that sits to the north of Damn Battlegrounds. Now, there's a fast way that you can get to this generator room where you kind of like just fall down into the generator room, but you could also access it through this sort of like tower that sits right next to the extraction lift. So basically what you're going to do is you want to gain access to this generator room. You can follow the footage in the background, and then you'll be able to find the generator that needs fixing, and you'll notice that it mentions the 4 wires that is needed to do this. And once you fix this generator, actually, it's going to tell you that the third step is actually to find an area where you can essentially reboot the system and turn the power back on. And if you followed the footage as I showed it, then conveniently you would have already seen the place where you need to go. And it is in actual fact this tower with the spiral staircase that you have right next to the extraction lift, where you have the door at the top that you can open, and usually you have flying stuff that go around here. Of course, there might be a rocketeer or something as well, so of course keep your eyes open to that as well. But basically at the very bottom of this tower, in the corner here, you have the button that you need to press. So as soon as you get into this tower, you'll trigger the third step out of 4, and then the fourth step is triggered once you hit this button in the corner there. Now, as soon as you've enabled this power with this button at the bottom here, that'll be steps 4 out of 4 done. And that means the next time you get back into Speranza, the mission will also be done. So that's also you done with the video. Thank you very much for all the support. Go ahead and throw me a sub if you enjoy content like this or found it useful in any way. Plenty more where that came from, so check out the channel if you need help with any other quests. Other than that, I'll see you next video, and fucking cheers.